Right, I'm back. It's my birthday today, so there's good news and there's good news and there's good news. Well, I'm 1 year old, I suppose that's good news, isn't it? But yeah, after all the faffing about, we've got it in. We've got it in. It's slid in pretty well, I've got to be honest. It slid past all the tight points like I thought it would. But what I did bugger around with, and I'll be honest, looking back historically, I've always buggered around with these 4 bolts, those 2 there and those 2 there. They have to be absolutely bang on. Now, I couldn't get them in for the life of me. It took me about an hour, because what I was conscious of when I was putting them in was cross-threading them. I didn't want to force it and fuck the threads up, but because of the way they're orientated, and there's 4 of them and they're so specific in their location, you have to be a bit brutal with them. I had to give them a bit of a whack, and I had to give them a bit of pressure and a bit of a turn, but they're in, and it lifted the subframe and the engine up into the shell, pulled it tight, which then allowed me to, which was nice, which was to line up those 2 fixings there and the 2 fixings the other side. I've got to put some, I've got 1 nut and washer on, but I need to put some more on, and it enabled me to, where's it gone? Underneath. Yeah, you can just see it there. The back of that shiny bolt goes through and comes through there. So it all lined up. And we did the same the other side. So I've done a bit off camera, which is just easy stuff, which is I put this shock absorber on. I put the track rod ends on. I think I rotated them 10.5 turns each side. What else did I do? I've taken that wedge bit of metal out of there by jacking up the disc. That pulled it up, and then I've got these little rebound buffers in there. I tapped the hole out in the subframe to M5, so this little M5 fix in there, the Allen key one, just threads into it, so you don't have to get behind it to try and put a nut on. So that should stay there, because they do have a tendency for just falling out. So yeah, did the same on the other side. I've undone it from the, took the nut off there, off that coach screw, dowel screw thing there, so there's nothing really holding the subframe onto the trolley now, apart from its own weight. It's probably crushing the trolley, to be honest, at the moment, but we're going to go for the lift. I have done, I mean, we're pretty low to the ground at the moment. That back wheel's almost touching, but I have strapped, as I said, the back of the car onto the scissor lift, because I don't want the combined weight of all this tipping off from this pivot point here. So let's take it slow, press the lift button, and see if this thing will rise up in the air with everything still attached. And I back and get some more nuts and bolts. Let's put it back on the old tripod. Right. Let's see if it'll lift off and leave the trolley behind. Power to the flux capacitor. I'm just going to do it. I can't think of anything of. Well, we'll find out in a minute. Trolley's being left behind. I can't hear any ripping noises. I think I can pull that trolley out now. We're up in the air. And you know what I'm going to do now? You don't? Well, this is the good bit. I've found some old wheel nuts, and I found my old chrome wellers out from the shelf. I know one's got a bit of a slow leak, but I've put some air in, and we're going to put the wheels on, and we're going to lower it on my birthday onto the ground. Now you got to remember, this is a great moment, because this car has probably not been on its wheels for God knows 10 years maybe. I mean, if you look back on my videos, you'll see me when I bought this as a rotten shell, and there's a load of videos as well out there by the way that I've posted showing this shell being rebuilt from literally scrap. So yeah, big moment. Get the wheels on, lower it down, and let's see how it sits on these big stupid new donuts that I've put in there. Let's see what happens. So let's do it. You don't want to see me put any wheels on. I might do. I'll leave it running. Right, got 4 wheels on. Is there anything going to stop me lowering this to the ground? Let me see. Here we go. There's the dramatic music. I keep thinking I'll hit something. Look how high we are. They're on the lowest setting. How long does it take for them donuts to squash down? Looks like a dragster. Yeah, one slight issue. It's come off those nylon pads, support pads on the lift, fine on the front, but on the back, the wheels are still slightly off the ground because I could spin them with my hand. Can't physically lower the scissor lift anymore. So I need to think how I'm going to get that off. But it's down. Look how high that front is. Yep. Well, it's in. It's high off the ground. The high lows are at their lowest setting. Can't lower them anymore. Doesn't matter what I do, it's just the height of the rubber cones. They need to squash down a bit. But yeah, the back is just not quite off the scissor lift, and the strap's still on it anyway. So I'm going to need to jack the back of the car up on the subframe with the jack and get those scissor lift support pads out, and then I need to get the steering column in, because I'm not going to be able to steer the thing if I want to push it backwards and forwards. But before I can get the steering column in, I need to sort out that clutch pedal, because from memory I think it all bolts up together through the dash bottom rail. So success. The car's down. Looking like a bit of a dragster. I've got a couple of jobs to do on the back. Looks like it's towing in a bit, to be honest there. But that's not surprising considering how high it's sitting. Maybe that Micra engine's just too light. I mean, it's lighter than a mini engine. Maybe that's got something to do with it. But we'll leave it for a while, see if it settles down. Right, I'll come back in a bit when I've figured out how to get it off this scissor lift. Catch you in a bit.